Sleeves TV. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Hey everybody, I'm here to talk about the latest episode of Rob and China. Now, in this episode, it was centered around Chloe's birthday party and going to Mama Tokyo's house um, for the 4th of July. Now, at first, Robert didn't want to go to Chloe's birthday party because he knew it was going to be a lot of people there and he didn't want to really get in the limelight like that because, he's still very insecure about his weight and he didn't really want to deal with paparazzi and the whole drama of it all just for he and his family to get together and celebrate something. But China encourages him to go, and she felt like she wanted to go because Kim and Chloe personally invited her to go. And she said since there was so much tension between, her and the sisters in the past, she felt like it would be a good thing to show up at the party. So they actually ended up going, and on the way to the party, he tells China that he's not feeling that good and that he feels like he needs to go to the hospital because he's having some of the same symptoms that he had the last time he was hospitalized, and it was a very near death experience. So hopefully, he went ahead and went to the hospital. They really didn't touch on it. So once they got to the party, everything was good. I thought it was real cute that Courtney was the first one to run and hug Rob, and they were all happy to see him. And Chris looked like she was about to cry, and I know it really made Chloe happy to see Rob show up because they're very close, and I know that meant a lot to her. And everyone was nice to China, thank goodness. And they stayed about an hour and they left. So that was good for him because at first he really didn't even want to go. He was having, a wardrobe malfunction before he left, and he was just like, I wear the same stuff all the time, and he just didn't feel attractive, which is really pissing me off because, like I said in my last video, it ain't like he is the biggest man on earth. He's tall and he's a little round around the middle. You know what I mean? His legs is a little bigger. He's a bigger type of a dude, but it's not like he's 800 pounds. So I don't understand why there's no one that can help him find some cute stuff for him to wear. I mean, you think about dudes that's way bigger than him, your Rick Rosses and all of them, they still dressed fresh and fly. They didn't have to wear just a black t-shirt and some black sweatpants all the time. It's just like nobody knows a trendy way to dress him up. China, you don't know nobody, girl. You from the hood. You don't know no hood designers, nobody that could just, take him and his body shape and make him look cute. Or is it that he don't even want to try anything new? He just want to wear sweatpants and t-shirt. Because you know how stubborn men can be sometimes, honey. You can tell them a million times, baby, try this on. You look good in that. That looks nice. And they be like, nope, I'm just going to wear this t-shirt and blue jeans. I'm good. But I don't know if that's the case or not. And what's so funny was, okay, he finally decided to go to DC with China back to her hometown for her mother's 4th of July party. And when they first got there, she was just taking him around, showing him where she went to school and, giving him a little bit of a history of, her life and how she grew up. And one of the things that happened was that she pulled up at her old house, and the person who was living there wanted to take pictures with her. So, China got out and she was taking pictures with fans and all of that, and people started showing up and they wanted to take pictures. And then they wanted Rob to jump in the pictures too, and he really wasn't feeling it. And he just wanted to, just kind of stay in the background and let her do her. So, while they were there, um, they went out for dinner. They went to the strip club. They went bowling, and last but not least, they did the 4th of July party. Now, at dinner, China invited her mom, her dad, and a few of her siblings. Now, the siblings are by her father because her father done had about 12 kids. And her mom and her dad hadn't really hung out or seen each other in over 10 years. And of course, it's because, he was like, he a hoe and he had all them babies. But anyway, So at dinner, everybody is already there. You know, she introduces everybody to Rob, and it's going good. And at first, Rob was self conscious about it. You know, he's thinking, "Oh my goodness, all the attention's gonna be on me, and I'm gonna have to deal with all of this. I'm not ready for it." But come to find out, honey, no, that wasn't even the drama. Ain't nobody paying no attention to you. The drama came when Tokyo showed up, and she got to talking with China's sisters and stuff, and she found out the three of them is the same age. They only months apart. So, you know, that man has slept with three different women all around the same time and they all got pregnant. So when she heard that, she was like, "Oh, really?" And so she got up, she had to take a, she had to take a moment, and then China went and got her. She came back and sat down. But I mean, I completely understand. Like, see, Tokyo only had one baby. When she was 16, I think yeah, I think she said she had China when she was 16. So to know that this person that you slept with also slept with two other people around the same time and got them pregnant, that's a lot to take in. Okay. But anyway, they made it through the dinner, and the mom and the dad, they kind of had their little words. He kept saying little slick stuff like, "You seem like you got an attitude. You seem like you want to say something to me." And Tokyo was like, "Honey, I ain't even really thinking about you. It is what it is." Then they went to the strip club. Now, all of them went to the strip club. I don't know if all the sisters and brothers went, but I know that the parents and Rob and China, they all went to the strip club. Now, this was the club that she first started stripping in. And, it was a very seedy place. But, once again, she's trying to expose him to her life and how she came to be who she was. So it was crazy, y'all. But in the strip club, the mama and the daddy, they was in there throwing dollars together. Really? But all right, do you? When they were bowling, this is where some of the real drama popped off. And it wasn't from the likely place, it came from Paige and this girl named Treasure. Now, Treasure was China's best friend for over 10 years. This is the girl who grew up with her. They were besties. But, now that China is living out in California, Paige is her best friend. And so here we go with this female drama mess. So it seems as though Treasure don't like Paige because Paige is China's best friend too. So she was acting all snooty and not speaking to her and acting like she had a problem. And Paige was like, "Ooh, I gotta get up out of here because if this chick roll her eyes on one more good time at me, I'm gonna clown her." And so she left, which I understand because, she was like, "Look, I normally get real wild and real crazy when I see somebody acting funny towards me. So instead of showing out in front of you and your family, China, I just left. I just excused myself, exited stage left and went on about my business before I told this whole bowling alley up," which, okay, girl, I feel you. And then later on at the party, the 4th of July party, China just grabbed both of them and just made them hash it out. And it just came down to something very stupid, very simple. And it was just that. Treasure was very protective of China because she had seen her best friend get hurt by other homegirls, best friends, girlfriends, whatever, in the past. And it had made her so mad that she just don't trust that other women are going to be as good of a friend to her as she is. And so with this Paige girl, she don't know her, and plus she started coming around after China was Black China, and so she doesn't really know if it's genuine, like if Paige really cares about her or if she's just around for the fame. So she don't really know her, she don't trust her, she don't like her around her best friend. But, they hash it out, and China does something really good. She addresses both of them and lets both of them know what both of them are to her and how important they are to her in her life. And so that made it seem a little bit better. And even though they may not be best friends, on their own, they both love China. And so they're gonna try to work through it. But I just thought that's too much. Like, see, that's why I ain't gonna be able to do it because listen, I understand that sometimes in friendships, those friendships are almost just like a love relationship. When you love somebody and you get along with them and you want to spend all your time and attention with them, and someone else comes in and they take some of that time away, of course it's gonna make you feel some kind of way. But at the end of the day, if that's your friend, that's not your girlfriend, that's not your boyfriend, that's not nothing like that. You don't have no right to be trying to tell them who they can and cannot be hanging with and getting an attitude when they come around or get jealous. You just can't be getting mad about stuff like that because it's petty. Come on, y'all are grown women. No, you do that when you're 14 and 15 years old. But I mean, I guess that's what women have to go through. I've been there. I've had best friends. I've always had one best friend at a time, never more than that, because I can't deal. I get too close, too attached to my friends and their lives and what they go through, and it's just not enough of me to go around to all them friends at the same time. So I understand where Treasure is coming from, but at the same time, I mean, hey, at the end of the day, you don't have to be friends with the people that your friends are friends with. Does that make sense? You just love your friend and let them go do what they need to do. If you don't like none of her friends, then you just don't hang around her and her friends. That's just how it go. You want one-on-one time with her, you make time to have one-on-one time with her. They'll figure it out. But anyway, that's just about everything that happened in this episode. Oh, before I leave, let me just say, by the end of this trip, Rob was feeling way more comfortable, y'all. He was out taking pictures with people. He just felt so much more comfortable. And so China said that she hopes that that attitude trickles down, into their life in California as well. One of the funniest moments in the show was when China was having a barbecue at her house and she was telling Scott about all her brothers and sisters and she was naming off all of them. And y'all, oh my gosh, I forgot the last two brothers and sisters that she named, and them names was so hood. And he was like, "Wait, who?" And it was just funny how he just stopped and was like, "What? Who named their kids that?" Like, no, you got to be making that up. You just making up names because you forgot them. There's no way somebody named their kids that. But yes, Scott, okay, get over it. But anyway, if I forgot anything, please drop it in the comments below and we'll continue the conversation. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye.